So I'm a used car dealer and I sell cars that are $5,000 and under. But sometimes I buy stuff that's a little bit more expensive like this Toyota Venza. And later on this video, I'm actually going to show you what I paid for this Venza and what I'm going to sell it for. But here's the issue. It seems like every time I buy something more expensive to actually try to sell on my lot, I instantly regret it because I find very quickly that most people out there can't even buy something like this. And that's because they're broke. So yes, I am the car dealer that sells cars that are $5,000 and under. If you actually look behind me on this hill, every one of those cars back there is $5,000 or under. But every once in a while, I like to stretch out my horizons a little bit, buy something and try to sell something for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 to see if it actually will work on my dealership, or I just find something that I really like and want to just give it a go. Another reason is, you see this Tesla back here is what I'm dealing with right now, is that sometimes I like to buy something that I want to try out for myself, drive. I've had some nicer F-150s. I've had a GMC Sierra, big truck, that I would drive for a while. I had a Lexus RX 350 that was lower mileage that I really like to drive for a while. Well, whenever I'm done driving those cars, what do I have to do? Well, I mean, I have this car lot. I can take it back to auction and dump it, or I can get a little bit more money out of it if I actually retail it to a consumer. But here's the big problem with me having something more expensive on my lot, and why I typically regret buying one of these cars or even try to sell them on my lot. And that's because, I mean, people are broke, and what do they need to actually be able to buy cars to afford a car that's $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, or even in the case of some of those big trucks that I had, $17,000, $18,000, $19,000. Well, they got to take out a loan to get a car. And here's the thing, I don't finance. I don't like debt myself, and I'm not a buy here, pay here dealer. I know that there's a lot of money out there that I could be making, even on these cars back here, by saying, okay, give me $1,000 down, and then you can make me payments, and I'm able to charge more, and I'm able to sell more cars because people have to take out loan. But to tell you the truth, I don't have the heart to take someone's car away from them. So I would just be this horrible non-profit organization. And therein lies the issue, is that, okay, if you're not going to finance these cars, if you're not going to offer any type of payment plan or anything like that, well, people cannot afford to be able to buy them. And here's the thing too, in America right now, most individuals don't even have $500 saved up to be able to handle an emergency situation that would arise. So no, they definitely don't have $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 to be able to spend on one of these more expensive cars that I would like to try to sell. So this is why cars like that always sit for a lot longer on my lot, and I end up having to lower them way lower than what other dealers are going to be able to sell them for, because those dealers are actually going to offer financing, or they're going to be hooked up through a financial institution. I don't want to deal with that. That's extra paperwork for us, and we don't do it often enough. It's much easier for us to just sell a $3,500 car. So much bring us $3,500 in cash. We'd be able to sell them the car, a few pieces of paperwork, they're on their way, right? We get it registered for them, get a tag. Lots of easy paperwork for us. But when you step into the realm of having to get a loan financing a car, well, it's a lot more hassle for us. This is a lot more cleaner, a lot easier for us to deal with, but it limits the kinds of cars that we can sell. It limits the amount of cars that not the amount of cars, but the amount of a price that we can actually charge to a customer, because people just don't have money. They have to buy cars with payments, and if they need to buy them outright from me as a car dealer, if they have to come up with $17,000 for a truck, or like that Tesla that I have down there that I cannot sell right now, I've lowered that thing so much. And even though I've lowered it like $4,000 in the last month, what's every call on it? Every single call. Well, do you finance? Do you finance? Do you finance? Because these people cannot pay cash for a car. All right, so check this out right here. This is a real world example of exactly what I'm talking about. This Tesla I bought for me to drive, check out, do some videos on it, and I paid, I think, a little over like $18,000 for this Tesla. And so we went, I'm done with it, done all the videos, checked it out, had my fun with it, right? So now we go to sell it and try to make a little bit of money on it, so we posted it for $19,000. not going to, obviously, if I'm having a $18,000 plus investment on a car, $19,000 I'm selling it for is not a good way to run your business. But I looked around at what other dealers are selling for. I want to be with the market. Not going to make much money. Did it for that. Couldn't even get a call on this thing. And so we lowered the price a week later, lowered it $1,000. Still, maybe a few more calls, but a lot of questions arise with it. Well, do you finance? No, we don't finance. So, okay, nobody bought it. Lowered it again $1,000. And then we lowered it again $1,000. So I think we're at like 15 grand on that Tesla right now that we've got on our website. And it's just a big problem, because right now, if that Tesla was on any of these other dealer lots that I'm seeing that are selling more expensive cars, are seeing that they're actually selling these Teslas, well, they would sell that instantly for $15,000 on their lot, because it's not $15,000, it's $350 a month or $450 a month or whatever they're going to finance the car for. And I don't do that here. But for me to be able to sell that, somebody has to, one, want the Tesla, and two, have $15,000 that they can actually spend on a car. That's the problem I'm talking about. Those people, I'm not going to say they don't exist, but a majority of the people out there that are shopping for cars, that are shopping for cars at used car lots, they're shopping at cars at small used car lots, just like mine right here. They are absolutely broke. So cars that I have that are more expensive, I have to lower them way below market if I'm going to even attempt to sell them. And even if I'm way below market on a lot of these cars, just like that Tesla back there, it's still going to sit for a very long time, because not only do I have to find that customer that wants that car for that below market price, well, that customer also has to have the funding. And that's my problem, because customers do not have the funding to be able to buy that car. And I actually learned this lesson in a very big way about a year ago. See, me and Car Edge, company that's also on YouTube, they talk about the car market. Well, they have a big car buying platform, search engine. They do concierge service where they help people actually buy cars. We actually went and teamed up with them to buy a lot of more, I won't say a lot, but bought some more expensive cars to try to sell through their service, try to post it on their website and show some transparency. We were still under market of what a lot of other dealers were selling these cars for. But what we found very quickly is that, okay, we have interest in these cars. We have interest in the transparency of being able to sell these cars, not having dock fees, not having ridiculous nitrogen fees, whatever they other dealers want to charge. But it ended up, we ended up seeing that, okay, even though we had a lot of interest, we had deposits on these cars in the first week, 2 weeks of actually launching this product, this transparency product that we were going to do, and all of them fell through. And it's because those people couldn't even get the loans on the vehicles. And me, in my head, I mean, I'm no debt. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have debt. I don't want to have car payment. I don't even want to have a mortgage. No debt is, I would think that other people would be in that mindset, and there would be people out there that would pay $20,000, $25,000 for an actual car, and they would pay cash for it. That's just not the case. It wasn't a thing. We had tons of interest, tons of people that wanted to buy these cars. But if there wasn't financing set up with this program, it wasn't going to work. Me, Zach, the owner of Car Edge, we came to this conclusion. We came to it very quickly. If we're not going to be able to finance cars, or not willing, my side, to finance cars for these consumers, then this is just not going to work, because a majority of the people out there that are going to buy cars, they're going to buy them on payments. They don't have money. So now, what's my advice to you to not be one of these broke people that I'm talking about in this video? Well, how about only buy what you can actually afford, and not a lot of you are going to take this to mean something differently than what I'm saying. A lot of people think, well, if you can afford the monthly payment, that means you can afford the thing. Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a car should not be something that you pay interest on. A car should be something that you're able to buy fully and then be able to drive it. Even if you're buying a beater, that's all you can afford, well, drive that car and fix it, whatever you need to do to fix on it, and drive it until you get to your next stepping block in life, your next financial situation, your upgrade. And then you can pay cash for the next car that's maybe a little bit better. And then you keep moving up the ladder. But if you continue to give someone else your money to be able to borrow their money, well, it just makes it so much more difficult for you to build wealth over the course of your lifetime. And if you start out, especially if you're a young person, if you start out in your early 20s having car payments, then you are literally setting money on fire because you want that nice new car. I get it. New cars are fantastic. I love new cars. But if you're sacrificing your financial well-being in the future because you want to be in that new car now, well, that's not a decision that I think you should be making. All right, so now on this Venza that I probably shouldn't have bought because it's going to sit on my lot forever, and then we're going to eventually lower the price to losing money, and because people just can't afford it. I paid $6,600 for it. Wait a minute, I forgot what year it was. 2015 Venza. I paid $6,600 for it at the auction. I'll have auction fees. We had inspection. We'll get detail and stuff like that. When it's all said and done, as long as we don't have to fix anything else, and I don't think we should, we're going to have right around $7,000 on it. Now, something that we pay a little bit more for, so I would want to make a little bit more on it. So I would assume that we're going to try to probably price it at like $9,500, make $2,500 on it. And in the first week or 2 weeks, if we don't get any attention on it, I'm expecting that we won't get any attention on it because it's more expensive on our lot. We don't finance. We'll probably roll it down, and hopefully maybe we can make $1,500, $2,000 on it would be my hope. But probably not my expectation at this point. And after this making this video and knowing that I always regret buying stuff that's a little bit out of the price range of people that can pay cash for an actual vehicle. But there you go, $7,000 I have in it. Trying to sell it for $9,500. Probably not going to. It's probably going to be like $8,500 when it's all said and done. Or we might break even on it if we still have it like in 2 months from now.